I don't think you all love me. Cause every time I post from the heart, from my passion, no one watches. It's like I'm daytime television. I'm better than that schmutt. But I get it. Look, no hard feelings. I don't know you. You don't know me. I provide a service. I'm a classified essential worker. And lately I haven't been doing my job. Years of talking about spooky things in video games, and suddenly I want to talk about Breaking Bad? The ball's on me. I apologize, so to make it up to you, let's talk about something you might actually be interested in. Let's talk about my favorite ghouls found in video games. Everybody knows how ghouls work. There's scary ghouls and then there's goofy ghouls. So to help decide what ghoul that we're gonna talk about, I decided to make to make the ghoul wheel. Ghoul wheel. What do you say? Oh. Kind of hoping for one of the goofy ones, but okay, I guess we can go with scary. Anyways, I was always really interested in the little ghost boy from Ghost Recon Wildlife. Running into a swamp, one of my favorite activities, we can find a remote camp right along the shore. Explore it and you'll find a little boy who will flee into a nearby shrubbery, when a beautiful swarm of petals will emerge from the leaves. Search for the boy and he's nowhere to be found. For all you creeps out there, you can actually use a drone to check out the boy up close. However, there really isn't anything special about him. He's just a regular kid. However, walk to a nearby tent and we can find some children toys with one of those little shaky things that are actually interactable. This tells us of a folk tale held by the villagers of a small nearby village. The story describes a nearby lake that the woman of the village would use to wash clothes and the men would use for fishing. One day, a young boy went to help his mother. When he started to walk into the water, it mysteriously disappeared. The mother noticed and went to go seek help. However, the boy was never found. Since then, the lake has prospered with clean water and plentiful amounts of fish. So obviously, this ghost is supposed to be the ghost of that boy. It adds a sense of eerie and mythicalness to it, where he somehow made the entire lake prosper in the event of his death, which would hence explain why the rose petals blossomed out of the bush when he ran into them. This is why I don't like to talk about the creepy ghouls. They're always depressing with dead children and whatnot. All right, next up, we got scary ghoul. Okay. Such a classic, but one of my favorites has got to be the one in Hitman Contracts. Hitman Contracts, released in 2004, featured a mission labeled Traditions of the Trade, where our character is tasked to execute a contract in a large hotel. Walk through the corridors and we can find a closed wing. There was an investigation going on for a death in this wing, however we're able to actually crack open the door and explore inside. To which we find a ghoul. The entire wing is filled with police tape, and every bathroom located on the floor will feature a ghost of what's most probably Franklin D. Roosevelt flickering behind you. One of the rooms is actually especially terrifying. This bathroom will not only feature the ghost, but also has a bathtub filled with blood and splatter marks all over the wall. Oh, I guess it's that time of the month again, huh, ladies? Oh, I don't know how women work. Mythical, magical, wheeler ghouls, show me a ghoul that's really cool. Fuck! This one has a special place in my heart because, believe it or not, I was once a 9-year-old boy that played Call of Duty. In Call of Duty, the finest hour, when entering the sewer level, we can blast open a secret room with a grenade. Oh boy, what are we gonna find? Dead children. Well, that's not very funny. There's a lot of weird things once you walk through this door. Floating candles, giant rats. However, one room features a plentiful amount of children photos hanging on the wall. That's almost never a good thing. If a man has kids on his walls that he don't know, 9 times out of 10 he's fighting some demons. He ain't watching my kids, I'll tell you that much. Walk over to the crib in the room and you can pick up a ghost-like teddy bear. This is when the ghost of a young boy will appear in the crib, stand up, and walk away, disappearing into oblivion. I want to imagine the worst, because that's more interesting, that there was some disturbing stuff that went on with children here, most of which ended in death and quite possibly fed to the rat in the cage. What remains is the ghost of these children, haunting the room for all of eternity. This is the exact reason why I don't like the scary ghouls. Oh my, okay, whatever. I guess now we gotta talk about the Super Mario ghouls. The first ghoul sighting appears in Mario Galaxy 2 when Mario visits the Shiverburn Galaxy. The level is practically hell. There's lava everywhere, fireballs shooting here and about. It's just a spookier level when compared to the traditional Mario levels. Taking a look a little bit deeper into this level, players might take a gander at the top of the giant mountain surrounding the stage, to which if they look carefully, can find 3 ghost-like figures watching from above. Searching through the assets of this game, these figures are actually labeled as the Hell Valley Sky Trees. I love this because not only is Mario a children's game, but they really aren't known for hiding assets that are scary. They have terrifying soundtracks and concepts often, but little things like this, they don't include too much. Except they must have a fascination with this exact type of figure, because this is not the only time that we've seen them. Or at least something close to them. Nothing's really confirmed about these guys. In World 4-4 of Mario 3D Land, if you wait by the flag at the end long enough, we can see another version of this ghost appear, and to be honest, this one's way creepier. Recently, we might have also got an appearance from these guys in the new WarioWare game, however, this one isn't really so hidden. It also might not even be the Hell Valley Sky Trees, but they do share some similarities. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Ghoul or no ghoul? We all already know what it's gonna land on, so I'll just go ahead and do us a favor to save some time. Oh, yeah, of course, the Rockstar Ghouls, one of the greatest game producers of all time when it comes to hiding things in their games. Between the GTA and Red Dead franchise, you can spend hours searching and hunting for various Easter eggs and urban legends. And I think one of the best things about it is you can never be quite sure what's real and what's not. It's a lot easier nowadays because of, internet and whatnot. Everyone's a genius, but you would not believe the amount of hours that I spent searching in GTA 4 for Ratman, this supposed half-man, half-rat creature that lurked the train rails of Liberty City. I'm a little bit embarrassed, to be honest. Anyways, amidst the Bigfoots and aliens, we can find our fair shares of ghouls here and there. I personally think that GTA 5 does it best. Going to a location called Mount Gordo at night, players can see the appearance of a phantom floating along the cliffside by the water. The ghost will disappear if you get too close, but you can approach at just about the right distance to get a good look at her face, and it's pretty freaky. I always love when secrets like this exist in open world games. It just makes everything come to life and makes a whole experience seem like something more than just a video game. Go by where she's standing and you can then read the words Jack written in blood, a reference to her likely killer. The ghost has been proven to be the ghost of Jolene Cranley Evans, the deceased wife of Jock Cranley. Online, we can find a news article describing the events that occurred on Mount Gordo. Jock Cranley was a famous stunt double, appearing in a variety of popular TV shows in the 1980s. Before becoming famous, however, Cranley used to live in Blaine County. During the 1970s, he got aspirations to become a stuntman in Los Santos, but his wife Jolene Cranley Evans objected to them moving. So while on a hike on Mount Gordo, Jock Cranley pushed her off the side of a cliff, and she died from severe internal injuries as a result of her fall. You can actually come by this area and hear the wails of her screams from that very night. While we're still on Rockstar, let's get a little bit western. In Red Dead Redemption 2, we can also find a very similar ghost. Heading over to the Blue Water Marsh, we can hear the heartbreaking wails of a ghost by the name of Agnes Dowd.
Will do. I just know he will, Mother. I just know he will.
Similar to the GTA ghost, you can't get too close without making her disappear. However, I love this one so much more because there's actually lore to go behind it. She will cry about a heartbreak, pleading that the love of her life will one day come back. If you go to a nearby town, you can actually find her tombstone. Labeled as age 19, the tombstone says that she took her own life and the life of others. During the game, you can visit her at this swamp a total of 16 times, and she'll give you a unique piece of dialogue that explains more about her story.
Daddy! Daddy, listen to him!
Agnes was a woman who fell in love with the man who didn't want her. They shared special moments, including touching times under a tree in this exact swamp. Eventually, something happened, causing this man to up and leave, possibly cheating, but the exact scenario is unknown. The woman became pregnant with the man's child, who still wanted nothing to do with Agnes or the family he was leaving behind.
He looks just like you.
After many hours of crying and pleading, we can find our final interaction with the ghost, where she's hanging by a noose on the special tree that the two shared.
Come to our tree.
With the tombstone indicating that she not only took her own life, but the life of others, I want to assume that she at least killed the man, and quite possibly some other family members that we learned along the way. Oh! Wrinkly Kong from Donkey 64! This old bag always had the most useful tips to give. Tell me what I should know about Wrinkly.
Human, I beseech you, lend me your ears and open your heart to the truth that lies within my gaze. We, the monkeys, have long been subjected to your cruel enslavement, destined to amuse you for your mere entertainment. But now, it is time for you to awaken to the moral responsibility you bear. In the depths of your eyes, I see reflections of our shared existence. We too have families to cherish, bonds to nurture, and dreams to chase amidst the splendor of our natural habitats. Yet you have stripped away our freedom, tearing us apart from our kin, and confining us to desolate spaces of concrete and steel. Our souls ache for the warmth of the sun and the embrace of the forests, where our spirits soared uninhibited. Let us once again become masters of the treetops, guardians of the forest as nature intended. In doing so, you will not only restore our dignity, but also rediscover the compassion and empathy that reside deep within your own Sioux human. The choice is yours. Will you be an oppressor or an ally, a captor or a liberator? Let your actions speak of compassion and empathy, for in freeing us, you free a part of your own humanity.